Welcome to Q&A, a segment where you ask and I answer. My name is Nayim, and this is episode 4. The question on the table today is, should I quit or keep my job? This one's a hard one for me, and it's going to get a little sticky. I remember when I first started this channel, I told y'all about how I quit my engineering job to start my music career. In the first month, I made like 64 cents. And then in about 5 months or so after that, I was up to making some decent pocket change. But it was a rough ride. I was making like 30 songs a month. I was making a song a day, like 90 songs in 3 months. And it just happened to pop off in a decent way. So I went from 64 cents to like $125, $150 a week. And that sounds good to folks, right? Like, wow, like you quit your engineering job and you made it happen, and look how far you've been able to come. But I had a good ride. I got some very big projects, very big clients, made some very, good work friends and stuff like that along the way. Did music full time for a little while. Then it was October, so that was like 2017 when things started happening for me when I was doing the music. Then in 2019, it was October. I went to Canada. I spent a lot of time in Canada in my songwriting. I wrote like all of the songs that kind of established my lane of artistry. I wrote them all in Canada. And the dollar sign intro from the regular episodes, that was written in Toronto, I believe. It was either Toronto or Montreal, was one of them. But October, I'm in Canada, living my life, just writing and working and networking and going from here to there and recording and writing for folks and meeting up with folks and doing all types of stuff. I had so many bookings, it was crazy, right? Living, doing good, doing great. November comes, the end of November 2019, and you know what happened after, December 2019. So I'm in this restaurant, right? And in this restaurant, it was kind of strange because it was like old style diner type of restaurant, but they only had like bar stools, and then it was just like a bar in the background. But on the TV, I remember they was playing like world news. They didn't have no local Canada news. It was all world news. I remember I got a picture somewhere. I ain't gonna try to find it because it's gonna take me a little while, but it was a picture from the bar, and it was like Florida man wrestling with an alligator and got bit or something, and then it cut directly to deadly virus in China spreading like wildfire or something like that. It was something crazy like that, and that's when it went off in my head like, that's gonna come here, just because of what I know about how those kind of things work. It's gonna come here, and my logic in my mind at the time was, it's gonna come here because a lot of the stuff, like most of the things that we import, come from over that way, and it's right there. Like China is right by California, bro. It's gonna get here, and then lo and behold, I didn't know what it was, had no clue what COVID was, but lo and behold, right, I come back to the United States in December, and I told myself I'm gonna have a job by the end of the month, because I'm not gonna be on, I'm not gonna be trying to fix my life after whatever this is come through and sweep the place. And then lo and behold, in January they started talking about it hit Washington and something was going on in Oregon or whatever, and nobody was ever clear about it, but I knew something was coming, and I went and got me a job. And I had me a job on December the 31st, or December, I think orientation was December 31st. Had no clue what was going on. Had been so long since I did any work or anything like that. And it's not like no BS 9 to 5. I don't do that. I'm a licensed professional in what I do outside of music. But I'm telling you this story to tell you that you have to assess your situation yourself. I can't tell you whether you should quit your job or keep your job, because I don't want to sell you no fantastical dream about, because I made it you can. That ain't true. Just because I was able to make it work, you don't know what requisites I had. You don't know who I knew. You didn't know what I was living with, because you might find yourself in a situation that you quit your job, but you're not able to sustain because, especially in this year or in this time that we're in, I'm gonna just go ahead and date it. It's 2023. So in 2023, inflation is high. Everything is, you're getting more, you're paying more, but getting less, and it's less quality. We have more bills. Everything is up. Everything is up. It don't matter what it is. Everything costs so much. To be trying to build your career by not having something to be able to build your career, because it's not free to build a songwriting career. You're going to spend a lot of money, whether you're spending money to pay a producer, you're spending money to pay for software, you're spending money to pay for plugins, you buying equipment, you keeping up with the most, whatever things, you're paying for mixes and masters. You're going to be paying for something. You're going to be paying for the electricity in the house, and you need a way to pay for it. I'm not going to tell you that you shouldn't quit, but I can't tell you that you should, because of the state of the world that we're in right now. I told myself I got used to a certain quality of life, i.e., there's a level that I'm willing to be at that is considered the lowest of the low tier for me. My low tier might not be your low tier. There's things that I'm not going to go along with. There's things that I'm not going to do. And if that means that I have to not do songwriting for a week, a day, a month, take 5 months off because I'm sustaining my life, that's what I decided that I'm going to do, because I'm used to a certain quality of life, especially since we know that this industry is stealing and ripping off and the new business model is coming in. I just can't lie to you and say that you should, just because of where we are. What I can tell you to do, though, is master managing your time, master managing your priorities, master managing what you give your energy to and how much you spend, maybe browsing on social media or being on YouTube and doing all of these things. You might need to allocate your free time, reallocate your time, reallocate your resources, reallocate your money so that you're pouring into your career, so that if you decide that, whether you're in your career, because I don't know if I said this or not, here's an Easter egg. Most songwriters have jobs, y'all. Most of us have careers. Most of us run businesses. Most of us have things that we do outside of music, not because music isn't sustainable, but sometimes, getting paid once a month, not really it. Sometimes we need money in between it. And a lot of us is climbing up the ranks. We not people who can just, people throwing money at our feet. And even those people who get money thrown at their feet, they're slaves to other people's stuff. You want to be the master of everything that you do, not the slave and master with the, I kind of hate having to put it that way, but I can't tell you should, but I'm not going to tell you that you shouldn't, because you can, there's a lot of people who, they have families and stuff and people and partners that'll support them. But I'm not that, me personally, I ain't that kind of person. Like, I want to make sure that everything that I got going on is going to be taken care of. I take my work to work with me, if you know what I'm saying. Like, I will take my songwriting to the job with me. I will take, I don't bring that back to the house. And if I need to just stay home and just do some songwriting, or I got a big project, I have the kind of career where I can step away from that if I need to. I can call and say, I'm not coming, and everything is all good. Everybody is not blessed to have a career, or not blessed to have licenses, or be a professional, or be in those type of situations. Some of us work at Popeyes, and if Popeyes is kind of lax, and so is Waffle House. But if you work at somewhere that's a little bit more like a crab boil place or something, you might not be able to bring your work to work with you. You might actually have to wait till you get home, and that's just comes with balancing your priorities and your time. So my thing is, you need to assess where your life is. You need to assess what you got going on. You need to assess everything about what's going on in society and everything in your family and your home life, because you don't want to come into the house one day and spring it on to your girl, or spring it on to your man, or spring it on to your family that, hey, we're losing the income because I'm chasing this dream. Not because you're chasing the dream, because people should believe in you. But it's kind of going to be hard to believe in you when you ain't got nothing going on and all they seeing is you working and ain't no results coming, because we know that one, results may vary, and two, this is a very slow industry. It's all deliberate speed. So it might be a while. Everybody don't have the same speed limit. Everybody don't work the same speed limit. A lot of people is draining you. That's another thing. Allocate where you put your energy at, because you'll find yourself wrapped up in something and you realize you did all of this for no reason. I'm just here to keep it real with you. I'm not gonna lie to you about it and say, dream. I'm personally not willing to quit my job or quit my career or leave my business because of what I know to be the state of this world. And especially because I know how people are consuming music right now. I just don't think it's safe, but I also think it's just good to have a source of income to pour into what you have going on. Because again, everything is all deliberate speed in this. So should you quit or keep your job? Assess your situation. I don't tell people to quit or stay, because I don't know where you are. And that's what I have for you. So if you weighed it out and you put everything on the scale and the scale said that it's going to be worth it to go ahead and just quit this and do whatever, okay, but just understand that most of us as entrepreneurs, because that's what we are, most of us as entrepreneurs, those of us who are not signed and we do all of our own stuff, we negotiate our own deals, we get what we're rightfully due because we don't let people play with us. A lot of us don't just do one thing. A lot of us do other things. We have other things going on, and you're going to eventually get to the point where you are not just doing music. You're doing something else. You're running your merch business. You're running this business. You're doing that. You're running over here. You're doing that. You got to manage this. You got your, all these other things that you're going to have going on, right? What your job is going to teach you is how to balance doing multiple things at one time, because that will be your goal, right? To do more than one thing, to have more than one thing going on. Don't be a one-trick pony. Be a master of many things, not just a master of one thing. One trick pony. You don't want to be a one-trick pony unless your goal is to be a one-trick pony. If you're okay with being a one-trick pony, cool. Do your trick. But just know that diversifying what you have going on makes you a better writer in general. Makes you a better artist in general. I can write about different things because I have a career. Because I'm able to see and do things and experience people and do all these other things. Because I have a business, I can do and see, and I know how to deal with certain things, and you know how to problem solve, and you learn how to rationalize, and you learn how to analyze, and you learn how to decipher. It's a lot of skills that come from these occupations that we have outside of music, that music is you can learn it in music, but it's gonna teach you in a harsh way, and it might cost you everything, opposed to what the hell happened with my voice? Opposed to learning these things in your occupation and applying what you're learning to your own organization. So quitting, nah, I don't think so. Not in 2023. You can't quit your job. Don't quit your job in 2023. Learn what you got going on. Let it be an asset. Let it be another tool in your tool belt. Then you can eventually build yourself up to the point of quit. Like, get the ball rolling, then quit if you're going to quit. But I don't see it being a smart thing to do for where we at right now and where the music business is at right now. So that's what I got for you, man. Q&A episode 4. I hope this helped y'all. Like I said, man, we're going to be migrating over to NayimEdwards.com. January 2024, we'll have everything ready to lock and loaded for y'all. But we'll start probably talking about all that in December. So, thank y'all, and I'll see y'all on episode 5.